that's a pressure point.
We just got off the phone with Matt Patricia, and he called you one of the toughest guys to prepare for that he's ever faced. And I'm wondering, over the last several weeks, how have you seen defenses come out of the gate against you, maybe try to disrupt how quick this offense can move?
Well, there's been a different variety, but they pretty much show their hand, I guess, on play one. And, I have so much respect for, him as a coach, being that all the damage or the schemes that he's coming up with over the years at New England. And I know and I plan on them having a plan for us, come Sunday.
A lot was made in this offseason of the amount of speed that was brought onto the offense between DJ and Curtis, and obviously you and Christian. Does playing indoors on turf, is there like a palpable difference, or is it just kind of the same from week to week?
Oh, no doubt. I mean, it's a known fact. You look at the quarterbacks, only person I really, two people that kind of stick out is really Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Ben Roethlisberger, and probably Brett Favre. Over the years, who have, kind of led the league with, kind of good passing, whether you play in a very well kind of nurtured weather environment, you playing in hot heat or playing in a dome, you have good throwing conditions. I'm not trying to throw shade or anything, but it's a known fact. Quarterbacks who play in the dome or good weather tend to kind of lead the league in passing. But it's just something that you really don't think about. You don't get nervous. Looking at the weather report all week. And knowing that it's going to be dry, and that's what that's what you care about the most.
I think Detroit right now is 8th in the league in passing yards allowed, but they're toward the bottom in passes defended and interceptions. So from what you've seen on tape, how's this defense able to, keep the ball in front of them without necessarily making plays on the ball?
Well, we just got to do our job in all three phases of football, special teams, offensively as well as defensively, and we'll be ready to go. We pretty much got a mini bye, get some guys healed up, including myself. So I'm pretty sure we'll be ready.
Has anything stood out about Detroit's defense on tape to you?
Well, they show a lot of different looks, and that's an attest to the scheme and the coordinator. So at times they show so many different packages for players coming in. Some players may be matched up, some of them may not, and he does a great job at that.
After, I guess this being your 8th year in the league, after so many years, have you started seeing trends as to how defensive coordinators try to attack you right out of the gate?
Yeah, so, but you still have to kind of have an answer for it, and it's going to be no different on Sunday.
Well, I'm sorry, to expand, what have you seen in terms of those trends?
A constant spy. And that's pretty much it. You always have to be aware of the running ability of myself and like-minded other quarterbacks, and just different ways to whether either blitz, hug, rush, or whatever.
Are you able to expand on which player the constant spy usually is? I know that might get a little bit too much into.
Yeah, that's too much. I can't show my hand like that now, because if they know I know who's spying, then they may change their draws. You know what I'm saying? We don't want them to do that.
You've been really successful in the red zone this year. Why so much more now than maybe past years?
I don't know. We just kind of have had a good percentage in the red zone, and I don't expect that to change either. Guys have been doing their job. Offensive line have been helping out a lot. Playmakers have been making plays, and opportunities have been there for us to make plays, and we just do a good job with capitalizing on it.
What's one of the biggest things you learned from this Thursday's loss that you hope to change or implement coming into this Sunday?
Say that question again.
What's one of the biggest takeaways or things you learned from this past loss on Thursday that you hope to change?
You just got to stay on rhythm. You just stay on rhythm. That's it. You know, that game got real quick. As some people would say, I got to protect the ball better, and just stay on rhythm. I feel as if when this offense is in, manageable situations, there's nothing we pretty much can't do, whether it's a shootout, whether it's trying to grind the clock out or whatever, and we just kind of let that aspect of the game kind of slip away from us.
Before Thursday night, you guys had a 3-game win streak going. Then obviously Thursday night happens in Pittsburgh. How important do you feel the response is, though, from this group coming off of that loss, moving into this week after your mini-bye?
I want to say just do your job. You know what I'm saying? Our job is to win football games, so that's our response to anything. We don't feel sorry for ourselves, nor do we expect anybody else to feel sorry for us. We got one job to do as a team, and that's to win football games. So, if we needed any added motives or any things to go out there and play for, then I'll be lying to you. Our job is to win football games, win as many football games as possible, put yourself in the best situation as this playoff picture kind of shapes and morphs out. And, that's pretty much where we are now.
How were you able to get away in this? You called it a mini-bye. How were you able to kind of get away and maybe reset yourself for the kind of final push of the season?
A lot of family time. I got an opportunity to go to the game, as some people may saw. It's fun. Just kind of relaxed, man. A lot of cigar smoking, wine drinking, milk feeding. It was cool, but Daddy got to get back to work, man. You know what I mean? Chosen was looking at me sideways, like, bruh, you lost bad. Got a 50 spot put up on you. You know what I'm saying? I can't let that keep happening. So, hopefully, when I go see him on Monday or Tuesday, or if he comes sees me, we have another discussion.
He says you wouldn't bet him on the
Cigar and wine combination? You have a preferred cigar and wine combination?
I can't show my hand, man, and I'm having, that's free advertisement right there, I don't feel like changing my drawers either, so. But no, man, I picked up a hobby, man, or something that I really enjoy, and it's pretty cool. I think I'm on Sauvignon Blanc right now. Really, light wine and a good mild smoke.
I heard a couple guys actually on this team like to talk about wine. I know Kevon Seymour is a big red wine guy. Do you guys ever all kind of?
What's so funny? We have a sommelier on staff, Mr. Rudy, and I didn't know that until last year. I was giving a couple players one of my favorite wines, and he was just telling me everything about it. And I had just recently watched the documentary on Netflix, Psalm, and that was just so cool to me. I feel like if I had a gift or a hidden talent outside of playing a instrument, I would want to be a sommelier. Like those senses that you have, and for those who don't know it, it's being able to distinctively tell what type of wine it is, where it's from, and everything about the wine by just the taste, the look, and the pretty much the feel of the wine in anywhere of the world. So it was just pretty cool to kind of come across a person on a day-to-day basis that knows what they're talking about, and it's just like playing football. It's an ongoing thing that you have to constantly keep taking your nose and your taste buds through.
Who are some of the other guys on the team who are, big wine connoisseurs?
Sir?
Who are some of the other guys on the team you would describe as?
And I don't know. I mean, every time I try to post something, I think it like lightens up the load. Earlier on in my career, I don't know if I would have posted smoking cigars, because I was like, oh man. Now it's like, I don't care. You know what I mean? I'm 29 years old, and I ain't eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and animal crackers at night. So it is what it is.
What does Rudy do here?
Rudy, he's our assistant. He's an assistant. Oh, what is Rudy for us? He works. He's everything for us. He's like the real MVP, and he was a MVP for a Holiday Bowl 2 years ago. Just if anybody was wondering, and he's probably one of the most nicest persons or people that I've come across on every day. I don't know if that's his job or whatever. But between him and Mr. Coleman, it would be rare. It would be a doggone cold day in hell to see both of them frowning on the same day. So I don't want to see that, but he's a good man.
Wine tasting skill level at right now?
Terrible.
Can you pick up any notes of anything?
Terrible. But one thing I do, like if I come across a good taste, I mean I'm quick to take pictures of it. I'm one of the, hey, excuse me, have you seen this wine right here? And then it has like this French word on it that I can't pronounce, and I'm not gonna try. He's like, nah, we don't sell that. You got anything kind of like it? No. So if I can't take a picture of it, and there's a lot of good wine apps, then I'm screwed. But it is what it is.
Would you ever make your own?
On wine? I don't know. It's too early to tell. But I just I've seen a lot of different athletes into wine, and recently I've seen D. Wade has his own wine for years now, and that kind of blew me by surprise. But that's cool, man. I think so many people are into it, and it is relaxing. It is something that kind of warms the soul, so to speak, with a very rigorous day, as you would imagine I could have at times. So.
If you had your own wine, what would you call it?
If
you had your own, what would you call it?
Boogie down. It's gonna boogie down your esophagus. Anything else about Detroit Lions besides boogie down?
Last year, you guys jumped out to a fast start at Ford Field. There were keep pounding chants on the road for the Panthers. Have you noticed more of a Panther fan presence on the road?
Oh, absolutely, and it's our job as players to kind of keep that going. I guess hype comes around winning teams. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never seen no 0-for team or no winless team have a good fan base. And it just comes with it. So we just got to make doggone sure that we're putting good film on tape. We're playing great team football, and we feel as if we're giving our fans a reason to cheer. From on-road support to when we're leaving to go out of town, and all the people that's honking the horn and at these different breweries headed over. I mean, all those things are taken into consideration, and that we appreciate, and it doesn't go unnoticed.
Yeah, when such quick momentum swinging things happen, the way that Pittsburgh had happened for them against you guys, how does that affect the original game plan, and what is the switch process like? Do you have to kind of switch so quickly mid-game? It's
really comes down to, like I say, staying on rhythm. When you get it. I looked at the scoreboard. It was 21-7 in the first quarter, and it was like, well, that kind of changes a lot. But there's no need to panic. We were still able to run the football and still attack them in ways that we went into the game knowing that we could. But we have offensively have to stay on rhythm. When you take certain sacks, when I'm not getting the ball out of my hand on time, or giving guys opportunities, or defensively not getting off the field, or special teams not being able to pin guys back or whatever. We just had to play better complementary football that we're known to do. And I'm saying playing complementary football that kind of sets us apart and becomes our edge. Then those things happen, and we can't allow those things to happen.
Christian's been in on, I think, 96% of the offensive snaps. What is it about him physically and mentally that allows him to handle that type of workload and shows you that he can handle it?
I keep saying it at least once a month. y'all knew to C-Mac. I was new to him last year, but when you dig really deep into, his resume and his body of work over his years at either Stanford or for us, he's used to this workload. He does exceptionally well. I don't know if I said that right, but he does a good job with taking care of his body and understanding, what he needs to do and be in best shape, come game time, and he does.